If you want to see me create my first look using the Carli Bybel ABH palette, then stick around. Hi there, it's Hélène, and yes, I know it's been forever, but I am ready to use the Carli Bybel palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I am going after a specific color. After having swatched this palette, I'll put the swatches video right there for you. I have known since that swatching video which color is just coming to mind anytime I think of this palette. And so how could I not use it? And you could say, well, why haven't you used it so far? And it's one answer. Let me go get it. Remember this? Yeah. That's the reason. I did 6 looks with this palette. If you're curious about that, I will put all 6 looks linked in the description box. Urban Decay did such a good job, and I am so confused about why it's getting so much flack because, and I mentioned this in the video where I swatched the Norvina. I'll put that right there. This palette got so much flack for not being purple, and I really don't get it. There are fewer purples in the Norvina palette that was supposed to be the purple palette by Norvina because Norvina's favorite color is purple. There are half the purples in this palette compared to what's in here. Don't get it. I am going to say that this palette is as Urban Decay, vintage Urban Decay as it can get. The purple and pink colors in here are completely retro Urban Decay. So anybody who's like an Urban Decay lover through and through, this is the modern version of the vintage shadows. That's it. When it comes to purples and blues, yeah, love it. But today we are talking about this one. And this one does also make me think of the Amrezy, which I've got right here. I did do a first impressions with that one, which I'll link here as well. Done with linking, we're getting into this palette, but I wanted to just talk a little bit about what's been on my mind. So Ultraviolet, Amrezy, or Amrezy, first impressions done. And that kept me a little bit away from this one. And this one, the color I really want to use is this guy right here, which is Mandala. Didn't want to mess it up. Mandala. And there are actually pretty much every color in this palette I like, but Mandala was calling me because it's kind of a purpley micro shimmer inside kind of a dusty rose base, and it's just been calling to me. So I'm thinking that I want to use Mandala, Bybel, Mandala, and I think I want to use this one, OA, on the outer corner. I think that's where I'm going today. And I'm going to use the brush that came with the palette. I have no problem using ABH brushes. Oh, and see if I can do this. Yeah, okay. I didn't even take the plastic off the mirror, so let's do that together because it's fun. So satisfying. Okay, now it's official. Even though I've swatched it, now I'm officially using the palette. So I'm going to use the brush and the mirror that is provided. And I'm probably going to use as well Boli on the brow bone. So that's pretty much what I'm going to use. So I'm going to go right into Bybel, right here, to do the base of the look. And I do have 2 shadows on right now from my Pan That palette, and it is Wheat in the crease. And then I used that Franken shadow that I created on the outer lid to center lid and also as bronzer on my face. And it's working pretty well. I'm pretty happy about that. Okay, into Bybel, which is kind of a nice dusty rose. Tapping it off, it's very dusty. That is normal for ABH shadows, and it's actually part of why I think their mattes blend so beautifully. So as usual, what is now my usual, I will do the one eye and then recreate the other one on fast forward so you don't have to sit through me doing 2 eyes. And my hands are rough, doing a lot of cleaning these days, but also a lot of cleaning. But also I am using up a hand lotion that's not fantastic. And so it's not very hydrating. If anything, I think it's drying. It's the weirdest thing. I'll definitely talk about it in my empties when it makes it there. I'm stubborn and I'm still using it. Don't ask me why. Well, it smells great. And it's probably the perfume in it that is drying. But yeah, it smells really great. It's probably what makes it so hard not to use. Okay. I talked about hand lotion and I went completely automatic pilot and I did the base on that eye. Okay, that's as much as I'm going to do on both sides. I can't even follow my own instructions. Okay, but at least you know that the putting makeup on is somewhat of an automatic activity when you're talking to somebody. Thank goodness for muscle memory. Okay, so I'm done with that shadow. No more going both eyes. Okay, what do I want to do first? I think that I will deepen up the outer lid with Boie right here. And the reason for it is because I want OA to have a dark enough base to really show. And there isn't anything super dark in this palette other than Stev, but I don't really want red. I do red pretty often, and I don't want to do more. So I've just put Boie on the smaller side of the brush, double-ended brush. These are very soft colors for the most part, so I think that this, if you wanted to get a collab from Anastasia and you were worried about having too many deeper shadows, this is definitely not a palette that has that. So I think it's more approachable for anyone who's kind of going color, but you want to play with color. It's just intimidating. I think the Bybel palette is a pretty good one. And I did still see it on, last time I checked, on the ABH site. I don't think it's on Sephora anymore, but I'm pretty sure it's on the ABH site. When I talk about Sephora, it's Sephora Canada because I am in Canada. Proud Canadian. Okay, and we're gonna go down here because I just feel like it. Okay, that did a good job. I think I just want to deepen it a little bit more. Okay, and I almost did the other side again. Okay, I think we are ready to go in with the colors we want, and I'm going to wipe my brush off. We're going to go into that Mandala color. Once again, this one right here. And all I want to do is do the absolute inner corner with this brush, and then I'm going to go with my finger for the rest because I find that, at least on my eye, finger application works better. And it brings the intensity of the color that I want. And when it's a light color like that, you like intensity, then you want to use a finger. If you prefer a really subtle look, just use a brush. It's all good. And I'm not one to wet a brush. I'm not big on that. I'd rather put my finger in my palette than wet a shadow, and I feel like I'm gonna get hard pan if I wet a shadow. Okay, going in with my finger. This shadow, it looks like it might be gritty, but it is not. Oh yeah, that is very pretty. It gets bluish purple, but still very, very much work appropriate. So I like that. And I'm going to later on fix that. I got some on my lower lid. Okay, and just one more time to make sure I have the full opacity that I want. Okay, I really like that. I think it's very pretty. And now we're going to go into OA, and it's, I am going to go and get some, no, I was going to do glitter glue, but no, on a first impressions, I want to know what the deal is. So I have to resist that wish of going for a glitter glue. I'm going to go right into OA as is, and I'm going to tap it on the outer third of the lid. Now I can feel the tackiness in the shadow itself. I really wish in the palette though that they had a deep blue color, because that would have given OA a very nice base. Although I think you can agree there's quite a bit of opacity to it, so it's not too bad. And it is a very good match with Mandala. I like it. I like it. If it were for an office look, I probably would not do that. I would probably do Mandala and then Step. That's probably what I would do to do a good pairing. But I like how it looks, and with an appropriate color liner on the bottom, it's really going to look quite nice. Okay, I'm going to go back into this brush. I'm going to remove the Mandala from this brush and do the brow bone. For the brow bone, I'm going to use that Boli color that I mentioned, this one right here, and we will go and finish up the brow bone. Now it looks very shiny. I'm going to go light. That's not bad at all. This, if you want color, but you want something that is kind of toned down, I'm pretty happy with what I see right now. I'm gonna hair on my nose. Pretty happy. Minimal fallout so far. Not bad, not bad at all. So I'm going to brush that off. I always use the same brush for sweeping away. It's essentially like a miniature of a big brush from Smashbox. Okay, and since I'm at it, I'm going to go and fix this little thing by using a Q-tip and just wiping it off. And given I'm pretty much done with the look, do I want to do an inner corner? Going to use this brush again, and I'm going to go again in Boli and just do a little bit of lightening up of the inner corner right here. Just when I think I'm done, I'd do something else. But anyway, now we are done. So I am going to go off camera and clean this off, and then do the other eye and fast forward as we talked. And then I'll decide what it is I'm doing with final touches for mascara, liner, and so on. Okay, I am done. I think both eyes are reasonably the same. I did not do a whole lot on the lower outer lid. See if there's a color that I might want to use on the outer lower lid. Apart from what I did with Bybel and Boie. Oh, I didn't do, that's what I'm missing. I didn't do, I did do Bybel, I remember, on the right side here, or your left. But I don't think I used Boie, so let's do that. That's why it's looking a bit different. And those two colors are pretty close to my skin tone, so it's very easy to not realize there's an imbalance from one side to the other. Is there anything else I could use? Not really. So that's a note. I think I'm going to go back into Boie, which is that kind of light chocolate brown. And just add to it. Just it's going a little bit below the lash line just because of the brush. And I will do a liner, but I just wanted a bit more on the lower, on the lower lid. I think it just kind of balances it out a little bit more, although the liner I'm going to use is going to help. I am pretty sure I'm going to use a, I'm pretty sure I'm going to use an Urban Decay liner. I'm debating between Psychedelic Sister and Goddess. I might, who knows, I might use both because it would go really well. I do have already Urban Decay 0 on my upper waterline. I'll just reapply that and also use some mascara, and then I'll show you the final look and tell you what I used. And this is the final look, and I'm really happy with the liners I chose to use, and they are as follows. I reapplied my tiny Urban Decay 0 on my upper waterline, and that is what it looks like right here. And it is really tiny. If you've been watching the progress on this little guy, I'm getting there. And then another liner that looks pretty small, but it actually came as a mini a couple of holiday sets ago. It is Goddess. And it is a beautiful blue metallic with a hint of purple shimmer in it. And it is gorgeous. And I really felt like it would go well with today's Bybel palette look. And then finally, I used the Fly Liner by Fenty Beauty on my upper lash line. I love this liner. It is so good, and it is black. Such a deep black color. I love it. And it just, it's liquidy in that it gives you a lot of precision, but it doesn't feather, it doesn't do anything. And I just did the same thing as last time. Do you see the little bit of mascara? The reason that's happening is if you get mascara somewhere, you need to let it dry and then it flakes off. And then I'm letting it dry and then I come back and I talk to you and I haven't taken it off. So let me do that right now. That's all it takes, but I forget I get back on camera and I got mascara. Anyway, so those are the liners. And then for mascara, I use the same stuff I've been using for a while. This is the Estee Lauder Sumptuous Extreme. And what I'm starting to realize with this one is the wand is too long. I mean, I don't normally have a dab of mascara here, and oh, I have a little bit more here, I forgot. But with this mascara wand, it's just so big. It could be 3/4 of that length, and then I wouldn't be poking myself all over the place. And I don't have small eyelids, right? I mean, my brow, there's a lot of room here. So if I'm smudging all over the place with this brush, I cannot be alone. This is just too big. And then there's this High Impact by Clinique I use on my lower lashes because it doesn't apply a whole lot of mascara and it does a good job. I just pinch off the ends. If you are like me and you have really long lower lashes and you find mascara is too much, just pinch off the ends and it should apply the right amount. And then I do have one other product on my lips. It's what I've been wearing all video, and I did not reapply. Let me do it right now. And it is the Becca Topaz and Gilt. I've been talking about this lip gloss for a while. It's supposed to act as a lip gloss or lip topper. And I really am enjoying it these days because I'm doing a lot of bluish purple looks, bluish purple pink looks. And this one is kind of a deep dusty rose base with some bluish purple, kind of iridescent blue purple shimmer in it. So it just goes with every bluish purple pinky look that I do. So it's been a good pairing so far, and I'm glad because I am panning this guy, so it works out beautifully. And then to top it all off, I used the Urban Decay All-Nighter Setting Spray. I like it. I don't have very much left, as I've mentioned in a few previous videos, but I did want to introduce what I'll be using once this one is done for when I need it. It is the Ultra Matte. And what I'm planning on doing is using this one in conjunction with another setting spray. So setting my face and then only using this one on my T-zone. So setting it above the brow and right from kind of mid-brow to my chin, where I do tend to get more oily. I want to see how it works, especially if I'm going to be more out and about over the next number of months, that I don't want to constantly have to be checking or wondering how my makeup is doing. And so we'll test it out before I really need it and see how it's doing. So it is a different bottle, if you're curious what it looks like. It has purple packaging as opposed to the black packaging of the original. And this one came as part of the PR package that I got from Urban Decay. No, I'm not on their PR list. I was lucky enough to win a PR package for all sorts of all-nighter products. And so this is the second product out of the whole package that I have started digging into. The previous one was the setting powder or refresh powder that is called the all-nighter, the waterproof one. So yeah. Looking forward to trying this one, and I will definitely let you know what I think. So that's it. That is the final look. I've told you everything I want to tell you. Now it's your turn. Please let me know what you think of this first impressions using the Carli Bybel ABH palette. I look forward to hearing your comments, and if you have some other colors that you would like me to use, please let me know. Mandala was a request. And let me know what else you are curious about in this palette, and I will consider it for a future look. With all that said, I'm going to say thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it every single time, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. But for now, take care.